how Robert Babagulian is going to do against James Deane, as we see James tearing down the straight, throwing it in nice and wide, and Robert is right there with him, maybe not as deep in the first zone as the judges would like to see, but he is not getting left behind, making a huge dive on the machine, James Deane. But James is starting to put foot to floor now, scraping a small bit of the gap as they come up to the wall. James bringing that S14.9 right out to the wall, carrying huge angle on that transition there, nearly caught Robert as well, as we see them come around up to the wall for the last line and over the finish line. What a run from both guys, and thumbs up for both drivers, presses the traffic lights, and away they go. Second half of this first battle. Oh, Robert clipping some cones there, 3 cones down. James Deane's tucking in nice behind him. So we see Robert running a bit wide, doing very well not to hit the wall, and James doing very well with the overtake not to hit Robert. This lap just getting all wrong from the start there. Maybe Robert just a small bit eager, knowing he had a mountain to climb while battling James Deane, so he threw absolutely everything at it. But look at James doing the second lead line here. Absolutely flawless again, nearly a mirror of the first half of this battle. So yeah, I can nearly make a bold prediction on who got this one. You know, obviously Robert nearly going 4 wheels off there, and James with the overtake, but we will make the call. I'd say that James Deane will be going through to the top 16. The light is set, it goes green, and away we go. Our top 16 is underway, and this is it. James Deane, Benediktas, Čirba throwing it in. Look at this from the machine. Lovely initiation, but Čirba is right there with him, sticking on the side of that S14.9 as the transition for the first time through the inner clip. James Deane's on a lovely lead line, but look at Čirba. He's right there with him, saying, James, you are not getting away from me, as the transition now for the last time, heading up to our zone 2. Little bit of proximity in James's favour. James taking that last transition, full tilt, but look at Čirba touching the back of that car, coming over to the finish line. What a run! Wow. Light goes green, and away they go. Benediktas, Čirba lead, James Deane to chase. See Čirba now flicking in. Huge angle from Čirba, but look at James Deane. He's right there with him, tucked in right beside that BMW Eurofighter as the transition for the first time. How did James Deane not make contact? Benediktas, Čirba is on a phenomenal lead line, absolutely hugging that outer line through zone 2 as they come up now for the last transition. Full commitment from both guys as we see Čirba putting foot to floor, but James Deane is right there with him, pushing him over the finish line. Wow. So a nervous way from both guys, and the winner is James Deane. James Deane gets the win and advances on to the grade 8. We're not here for a car show, we're here for a battle, and here we go. It's James Deane versus Naseer Harbali. Both guys coming down like a bow of hell as James throws it in a massive angle. James Deane knows how fast Naseer is, so he has to put foot to floor to try and get away from him. Naseer is doing absolutely anything he can to stick with the machine as they transition for the first time, lining up for outer zone 2. James doing a lovely job now, hugging that outer line all the way around, flicking out to the wall, full tilt transition, but Naseer is right there with him as they come through the last corner, filling the last outer zone, and James brings it out to the wall and over the line. What a battle from both guys. Wow. Okay, lights go green and away they go. Naseer lead, James Deane to chase. Both cars coming down. Look at this bangs coming out of the bottom of Naseer's car. Nearly the bunny hop he banged that much. Naseer though going wide, dropping a wheel. The machine doing very well to just sit there, wait for him to come back on, now make his dive, start to reel them in as they come through. There's the fire igniting again. I don't know if this is cool or on fire, but Naseer is not letting up. Look at the size of the flames out the back of this. James Deane's that close, he's going to melt his own car, destroying his new wrap as they come around the corner for the last time. That 180SX is fully on fire. Oh my, what? That was absolutely insane, but someone get a fire extinguisher quick, because that one's not going out. Oh my god, how did James Deane stay so close, so calm, so calculated when the car in front of him was on fire? Absolutely insane driving from both guys. Naseer, brother, please get out of that car just in case. Wow, James there like, hey man, that was good, but I'm just going to pull off over here. See the disheartened of Naseer, he's not sure what happened there, but it went from a rubber on fire to 180 on fire there, in my opinion, by the wall. And Naseer, oh, look at the back of the car, he's after melting half to 180. Absolutely insane. He wanted that battle, and that's what he said to me. He's like, I want James at some point this season. Maybe he didn't want it like that. Maybe he didn't want his car to burn. But either way, that was absolutely insane to watch, and something tells me that's going to be one of them clips that's going to go viral on the internet. James Deane dooring a car that was engulfed in flames. Where else would you see it? Only Oman International Drift Championship. And your winner is James Deane. James the Machine Deane moves his way into the final four. But in the other semi-final, we have James Deane, top qualifier, and he is leading in Clint Van Hout. Clint, the lights go green, and away they go. James to lead, Clint to chase. Clint knows James is fast, so he's going to have to commit right from the start. Look at the angle from James, but look at Clint throwing it absolutely backwards, sticking it on that S14.9 of James Deane as they transition. Now Clint makes a dive through the smoke. James putting foot to floor, trying to get some sort of proximity, which he does. Clint has to cut the track a small bit there now, but James is pulling a bit of a gap as we see James transition for the last time out wide. Clint unfortunately not having an answer for James Deane as they come over the finish line. Wow. Lights go green and away they go. Clint to lead, James to chase. As we see Clint throwing it in hard, but look at James Deane right there with him. Clint Van Hout on a beautiful wide line through that first zone, but James is right there with him now as he transitions through the smoke, tucking in nice beside Clint as they come around now to outer zone 2. Clint on the front brakes, holding that car on the perfect line as they come out towards the wall. James is right there with him though. It's looking like Clint isn't able to shake off James as they transition for the last time. Look at Clint Van Hout's lead line though, absolutely putting it on, but James Deane's that close you could barely see him coming around the last corner. Wow, absolutely wow. And there you have it, your winner is James Deane. So James will advance to the final. James Deane the lead, Juha Rintanen in the chase. Here we go, the final. Watch both cars coming tearing down the straight, maximum angle from the two of them. Juha right there with James. James on a perfect lead line. I don't know how the judges are going to separate them. Oh, Juha catching the cone on the inside there, maybe dropping one wheel. James getting a small bit of proximity, but Juha tucking right back in there. We can't even see them come up to the wall because of the smoke of their previous run through. James Deane now on a perfect lead line, but Juha Rintanen is still there. Absolutely insane driving from both guys. Well, we don't have long to wait because the light is green and here they go. The Muscat Arena is about to explode to this one as we have Juha Rintanen leading in, James Deane throwing it in for the final OIDC 2024 Season 6 Round 1. And look at this, an absolute masterclass from both drivers. The European drivers are putting it big tonight. Finland and Ireland been strongly represented in this final. Look at Juha, but James Deane is right there with him. Juha cannot shake off the machine. James nearly touching him coming around the last corner.